Biohacking is, for me, it's using nature and your body.
So you mean to say that going back to nature is biohacking?
They gave me white bread sandwiches and they monitored my insulin and gave me insulin dosing according to the white bread sandwiches and the poha that they were giving me in the hospital. Nutrition, your hydration, your workouts, it's not going to stick. So sleep is the basis for everything.
See, you have one reason to get excited. One reason to get excited. What? You woke up today. Happened
Yes,
based on that.
yes.
So this has got a huge biological impact.
Yes.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to have someone very special with me. And I've seen fitness experts turning into biohackers. I've seen dietitians getting into the space of biohacking, and now I'm so thrilled to see that even artists, actors, they are turning into biohacking. So we have got Megha Gupta. She is an actor turned biohacker. Welcome, Megha.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sajeev.
So what is your definition about biohacking?
Biohacking is, for me, hacking the biology of the body, as it's self-explanatory. But for me, it's by using nature and your body.
Okay.
If we are able to use nature and body, if we are able to tap into these two things, I don't think there's anything we cannot heal. With nature, you have the sun, the earthing, the abundant fruit, vegetables, meat, the
Yeah.
air, the sea
Yeah.
water, the salt. With your body, you have the breath work, movement, earthing, and consuming the right nutrition. I don't think there's anything you can't heal if you get this right.
So you mean to say that going back to nature is biohacking?
Yes, for me. For me, simple living is not a step back.
I think most of the people, when they think about biohacking, they think about all these different types of implants and inserts and all those stuff. So for the first time, I'm hearing somebody saying that going back to nature is biohacking.
Yes, I actually heard your conversation with Mohit and Gaurav when you were talking about being a quantified person, and I very much endorse that as well. I feel it's very important to be quantified. I do wear wearables as well. But when you see your VO2 max, you see your HbA1c not with a wearable, but when you see all these figures, eventually you have to come down to this to improve those numbers. Your sleep, your VO2 max, your HRV.
Yeah.
When you do these basics right.
Yeah.
At the same time, by all means, upgrade yourself. As a type 1 diabetic, I myself take insulin, but that's not my magic pill. I take that because now I've understood that all this is working, and at 5.5, I still need to take a maintenance dose. So, but the homework, the magic pill is in nature and your own body.
So is it your type 1 diabetes made you to take a decision to take charge of your health?
Yes, very much. I feel
Okay.
like it's been one of the biggest blessings in my life.
Okay. Why do you think? Because when someone is diagnosed with a disease or a health condition, they always depend on the doctor. So why did you decide that you want to take charge?
How aggressive can we go with this answer?
No, go ahead.
So when I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, I had an HbA1c of 18, which was very staggering. And so I had to be admitted in the hospital. And
How many years back?
this was 8 years ago. I'm 33 now. It was 8 years ago. Sorry, I'm 39 now. So this is when I was 33. They gave me white bread sandwiches and they monitored my insulin and gave me insulin dosing according to the white bread sandwiches and the poha that they were giving me in the hospital for
Okay.
3 days, that they kept me in a very prominent hospital in Bombay. And I realized when I came back home, and I would normally not have white bread sandwiches or poha for breakfast because we are all aware, like largely we
Yeah,
don't do that
yeah.
anymore. And I would have my omelets and brown bread sandwiches and the jazz, and I just constantly were in high pose. I was constantly in high pose, and then I went into a roller coaster ride of high pose, hypers, playing victim, and then I went to various doctors, and they all were like, one of the doctors was like, "Aap to gaadi chalana band kar do, kabhi bhi mar sakte ho raste pe. Like,
Really?
stop driving the car, you can die
He
anytime."
was telling you straight.
He did. And I came out and my friend was like, just don't say anything. Because she had taken me there, it was very difficult to get his appointment. And my father had taught my elder sister and myself how to drive and how to swim as early as we could. We were able to physically, because he said girls should not be dependent on these two life-saving skills. And so when he said you can't drive anymore, I felt like he was taking my birthright away. And the first thing I did was I took the car and I drove from Bombay to Goa alone and back. 8-hour journey. I did it one day. I stayed for a couple of days and I went back and I wanted to go to his office and like show a finger, which I did not because I mean, ultimately I know God is watching.
Yeah.
Anybody can do anything here, but you're all answerable to Him.
Correct.
So after that, I kind of lost faith in doctors and I have done this on my own.
That's quite an interesting story. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, what kind of differences you felt after you started taking control of your health? What kind of differences? Of course, there must have been a difference in your type 1 diabetes,
Yes.
but more than that, in addition to that, what are the bonuses?
Bonuses, I'm here talking to you. I've been blessed to be
Yeah.
invited to multiple stages globally, very prestigious stages over here at World Biohack Summit, being able to share my story. I think the bonuses, like just to be here with you, there were like a couple of people who stopped us on the way and they're like, thank you for sharing it. Thank you for saying what you had to, because people need to know this. Doctors have literally stopped me, 2 doctors, and said, I want you to speak to my daughter and bring her back to this. And when doctors say that to me, for me, that's the achievement. A regular person is also as valuable, but if doctors are saying this, because ultimately, like I said, simple living is not a step back.
Yeah.
They realize that, but some action has to be taken on that.
Yeah. So you mean to say that it's not just the disease, but the quality of life has improved drastically?
100%, 100%. I have been able to, to be able to get better but not bitter, that in itself is an achievement. So many people decide to play victim and say, हमारे साथ तो ऐसा ही हो रहा है, हमारे साथ तो ऐसा ही हो रहा है. ठीक है, I cannot do this because I'm a type 1. Doesn't work like that. You have to look beyond. You have to see what lesson it's trying to teach you.
That's right,
With
yeah.
everything that I go through on a daily basis, my only conversation with myself is, okay, Megha, what is this trying to teach you? If you don't learn the lesson, this will keep repeating itself.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Everything with my mother, with my family, with my pets, with everything. What is this trying to teach me? Should I be learning the lesson? And yeah, that's how I upgrade and I love it.
What are the few things you do? We can call it as hack, whatever. You're saying that going back to nature, sun, water, and all those stuff. Yeah. But what are the few things what you do on a regular basis to make sure that you are in charge?
So, couple of things which I spoke about. Process of elimination really works for me.
Detox.
Detox, yes. It's a hard pill to digest, but any thought, person, emotion, situation that doesn't work for you as a person, you must let it go. Because it's not doing you any favor, it's not helping. And for a lot of people, they find it very hard. But when you're able to do that, it creates a very good system in yourself. Being consistent with what you're doing, the art of forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, asking for forgiveness from others. And then your usual, hacks like earthing every morning, taking the sun. I would do an ice bath before my workout every single day, unless I'm in my luteal and menstrual phase. Taking the sauna session in the night, walking the dogs. So on a daily basis, I do a lot of habit stacking. So I don't feel like if I'm in the sauna, I would listen to a podcast, I would read a book, I would do dry brushing. So when you stack these habits, they don't feel like, okay, now I have to do this, then this.
So it has become a habit now.
Hanji.
How much time it took for you to become a habit, create that habit?
It's a work in progress. I divide my day into 4 parts, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work, and morning 4 hours for self-care, evening 4 hours for self-care. The minute I do that, it doesn't...
4 hours?
Hanji. I wake up around 4. I have like a solid morning routine. That's one thing I'm very proud of, and that's why I don't really like late nights, because no matter what time I sleep, I will wake up at 4. So a solid morning routine of 4 hours, working hours of 10 to 5, solid evening routine 5 to 4 hours, and then your sleep time 8 hours.
Right.
So just doing this puts everything in place, and you will live a very healthy life if you do just this much.
Yeah. That's interesting. 4,
Yeah.
4, 8, 4, right?
Yes.
4, 8, 4. Then you sleep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. 8:45 lights out. Really, I'm
Yeah.
not joking. I love it.
Okay. I'm sure that people who are listening to all this, all those people, experts, whether Chris, anybody for that matter, they never compromise on sleep.
Yes.
So you are also another example.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. If I may add, sleep is the wall on which you paint everything else. That's when I heard him, and I completely agree with him. If that wall is not strong, no matter what you paint on it, your nutrition, your
Yeah.
hydration,
Yeah.
your workouts, it's not going to stick. So
Yeah.
sleep is the basis for everything.
I always tell people that, because people who are busy, the entrepreneurs who are actually
Yes,
trying to build
you,
something.
yes.
Yeah. So I always tell them that your tomorrow begins today evening,
Yes.
because what you are going to do from sunset today that's completely influences your entire energy levels tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm curious now. What is your sleep schedule? You've got a lot of things going on. I see that it's commendable, but how do you, are you able to get that sleep? If not, what do you do about it?
The last 2 3 days, don't ask me. But anyway, um, I also have this almost kind of a habit of waking up at the same time
Yeah.
whenever you sleep.
Yeah.
So that's not a very good habit, but still I have that. I make sure that I have whenever I go to bed, make sure that I'm free. At least, even if I'm going to bed late, at least about half an hour to 1 hour of gap I have between the screen time and bedtime.
Right.
So that makes me very relaxed. Number two is, of course, magnesium really helps me.
Yes.
Magnesium does a lot of magic on me. For some people, it is creating real good results. For some people, maybe, it may not be that
Right.
much. Then I think it's all depends on how much drive you have. So if when you are driven, you know very well that your body has got that kind of mechanism to really create that kind of harmony between the different neurotransmitters and hormones.
Right.
That is why some people they say that when you are totally excited, you may not be able to sleep. On the next day what's going to happen based on that.
Yes.
So I think that's the way. Otherwise, normal day, yes, of course, I also maintain about 7 hours of sleep, and I make sure because I use smart rings and all, so I make sure that my sleep was about 5 cycles of REM, five cycles of deep sleep. That's something which I get by God's grace.
Okay, touch wood. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hit the bed, I'm out.
Amazing. That's very few
That's-
people have that. That's such a blessing.
Yeah. That happens only if you are out of worries.
Yes, yes. When you're like totally present in the moment, like
Yeah.
knowing that this is all I can do. Actually, another very small thing that works for me is when I hit the bed, I'm like, I'm going to relieve the role of an actor on the side. I'm going to leave the role of a biohacker, of a counselor, of a therapist, of everything, of like a pet mom, of a daughter. Keep all those crowns on the side, and I am going to sleep empty.
yeah.
And I sleep like this.
Yeah, you are you. You are just you.
Yeah. It
And
feels
submit,
light.
Submit and sleep.
Yes, it feels very light to the system.
That submission also important because
Yes.
many people don't wake up on the next day morning.
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah.
that's so true.
I always tell people that some people say that some or other I'm not feeling so good, I'm not excited, I feel depressed. And all. I said, see, you have one reason to get excited. One reason to get excited. What? You woke up today.
Yes.
Many people in the world haven't woken up today. You
Yes,
have one reason to get
yes.
excited. So people take most of the things granted. When you
Yes.
said that one of the practices I just noted them in my brain, that gratitude you said,
Yes.
this has got a huge biological impact.
Yes. Yes.
So
100%.
that may be one of the things which has really cured you.
Yes, sir. Actually, I wake up every morning and I make a big mug of adaptogenic coffee and I sit down with my gratitude journal and I write my heart out.
Every
I did
day?
it this morning as well.
Every
4 o'clock,
day?
I was writing. Yes.
Every
I
day?
wrote 4 pages this morning about the things I'm grateful for. And it really sets me up for the day, no matter what is happening. Grateful for little things, big things, then how my most favorite self is not my best, but my most favorite self. The one that I'm happy with, not what I have to show to others. And what I'm manifesting, and just thanking anybody and everybody for whatever they might do or have done. And that changes my interaction with a lot of people as well. Because in my heart, I love them, no matter what they are doing. And it sounds a little woo woo. I think I should start a handle with your woo woo girlfriend tips, things that actually work. And yes, you're right, sir. Like, gratitude is your conversation with God, and it's between you and God. And if you are grateful, it's not possible only that He won't provide. So, yeah.
The moment you start thinking that whatever you have got in your life, they are all blessings, and whatever you are going to get in your life, those are also blessings. So you have nothing to worry about.
Yes.
Because even many people saying that how did you do? I said it just happened. It just happened. Like, no, I cannot do this kind of an event. Nobody can do this kind of an event. So it just
Yes.
happens. like-minded people come together. You know, things happen. You know, you must have seen many coincidences in your life, right?
Yes.
And maybe if you look back now, maybe if you connect all the dots, maybe some of the things which happened bad in your life, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 years back, must have been the turning point in your life.
Yes. Yeah. And I remember having a great conversation with you when we spoke about you bringing this to India and Dubai and the world. And I was like, yeah, like you have my support. Like what you're doing is phenomenal. There has to be a better word than phenomenal. Is larger than life. Yeah, that's what I mean to say. And I'm so happy that I'm sitting here today and having a conversation with you because I want to tell you, you are a person who operates from the heart. And that was our conversation. I don't know if you remember,
Absolutely. Yeah,
2 years
yeah,
ago.
absolutely, yeah.
And you sent me your book and I read it. And I saw that you're a person operating from the heart. And I wish that you never forget that, no matter what is happening. Or because like there are things happening and you'll be pushed and pulled in so many directions. But I know that person because I had a great conversation with that person.
Yeah.
And I keep that in my mind and heart every time I talk to you.
Wonderful.
So,
And
yeah.
ultimately, I think about 1.5 years back when we spoke about it,
Yes.
and the first thing what you were telling was that when is it happening in India? And it's
Yes.
going to happen in India now.
Yes. Oh, yes. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're planning to have the next World Biohack Summit happening in India, or rather the India edition is going to happen in March 2025 by God's grace.
Amazing. Touch
Yeah,
wood it will.
so let's all work together
Yes.
and make it happen in a big way.
Yes.
Because what we have, you must have seen the kind of speakers, the kind of people who have come here, and the way the world is changing. And I want the entire health and wellness society, the community out there in this country, in India, they should understand the way the world is changing. The way technology is really making big waves.
Yes.
You know, when you were talking about back to nature, also you said you use wearables, you are a quantified bow and also
Yes.
stuff. So that means you're connecting technology with the
Yes.
ancient wisdom.
Yes.
So that's where we wanted to focus on. That's kind of
Yes.
mission what we have.
Yes, sir. I read that like when the thing came, usme tha combining ancient wisdom with modern
Yeah.
art, and I really resonate with that because that's what I do. I'm not against peptides and stem cells and wearables and insulin.
Yeah.
I use insulin on a daily basis, but I always say like that's not the first your go-to. Like that's
Yeah.
not the magic
Yeah.
pill. The magic pill is nature and your body.
Yeah.
And then by all means go for it. Yeah, we've got science and technology. Why shouldn't we take advantage
Absolutely,
of it? I would
absolutely.
love to do peptides at one point to heal my type 1. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I understand. And let me ask you one question. Like you are an actor, you are also influencing or inspiring a lot of people to live healthy life. Do you have a very clear-cut mission in your life, or you have a broader mission?
My mission is very micro. My mission is to change one person at a time. It's a little anti what you are doing. My mission is I'll wake up in the morning. अगर मैंने मेरे gardener से भी 2 minute अच्छी बात करके, if I tell him कि why haven't you had the water? Now you mix salt and have that water. It's getting hot in Goa. And he'll come 2 days later and tell me I did that and help. Like I'm getting goosebumps. For me, my work is done. If I put up a yoga, I am now a certified yoga teacher. And I love learning. I'll keep getting certification. I'll keep telling people, idhar udhar, you know, ye karo. And when they come and tell me this has happened, मेरा खून बढ़ जाता है. So that's healing for me.
I can see that on your
Yeah,
face.
like when they say, if that's my mission, micro. And then if I get a chance to come on platforms like yours and tell people my story and they take just a little bit
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
then my job is done even more. So that's my mission.
That was Megha Gupta, and she has made a major turnaround in her life, and I think from an actor to an influencer to an inspiration to many people, and I'm so happy that we could have this kind of a conversation
Yes.
without any preparation.
Yes,
So
sir.
I like the conversation, and let's continue this conversation.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you and share this space and have this conversation. Thank you for
Megha.
having
Thank
me.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.